Hello, people. It's me again. So I'm not going to sleep anytime soon. Yet I don't want to procrastinate with playing video games. So I decided just to continue working on this illustration. Okay. Let's see where we. Oh yeah, the light parts, the illuminated parts. So I'm just adding a few parts here and there. Just let me see if I should maybe increase the brightness a little bit more, like 32-ish. 33, yeah, why not? No, it's too much. Let's make it 30. Okay. So we're not adding it everywhere, just here and there. Bum, bum. Nope. That's a любой. Managed to injure my hand, my right hand, which I use for drawing. Today I injured it like semi-serious, but fortunately it doesn't hurt me when I'm drawing, only when I'm twisting my ankle, you know. It's not an ankle, I don't know what's the word. The joint, you know, when you rotate the fist, how to say. Wrist, yeah, thank you, Nialia. Nialia, sorry if I butchered your name. But you got a good, yeah. I was really annoyed when that happened in that first few seconds. Thought I'm not gonna be able to illustrate. It's a weird old name, no problem. Your drawings are amazing. It's not weird at all. Nialia. Did I pronounce it well? I don't know. Nialia. Is it from Africa? No. And thank you for the nice words towards my art. Thank you. Do you know the etymology, the meaning of the name? Nial almost sounds like River Nile or something. Its name I used back in 2005 when I played World of Warcraft. Oh, so you are one of the victims also. Yeah, I was a big admirer of that game back in the days. Oh, nice. Alaya, the singer who died, yeah. Queen of the Damned. I think she played the role of the queen there, if I'm not wrong. So we must be like in a similar generation. Yeah, I'm 83, you know. But it belongs to the same era, I would say. The age of new metal. Yeah. Where are you from? Niala, it sounds almost Elvish actually, if you used it in WoW. Denmark, nice. I'm from Serbia myself, a bit south. Yeah, but not at actually not at all. I think it's like 5 days of driving, maybe 7. I don't know. So how's life in Denmark? I think it will do if you don't take too many breaks. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go there by car when the time comes when when AI will drive my car instead of me. So if I get Tesla, you know, which I seriously doubt. To be honest, I don't know if I even want Tesla. You know? Yeah. I guess so. Yeah, I recently read some, how to say that, scientific analysis about happiness in the countries of Europe, and like Finland, Denmark, and Norway, I think, I might be wrong, are like having most happy citizens. Pardon my English, I hope you understand me. The percentages are higher in those countries. Yeah, but I think it's like percentages wise, yes, but it's not a rule, definitely, you know. And it also it comes to what makes person happy, you know. Somebody find happiness in like security, somebody else in some other stuff and aspects of life. Who knows? If the music is too loud or anything, feel free to let me know. Yeah, definitely. Family comes first, always. People in modern time tend to forget that, especially when career take its toll, you know. I listen to the same kind of music when I'm programming. Yeah, nice. So what are you programming? Are you in some kind of indie development for video games or some other industry? Studying game development at university. Oh, nice, nice. Sounds awesome. Did you watch the video? Let's see, let me find it. I watched it like today. It's interesting video. I will leave you here in the chat so you can look at it later on. You just find it in history if I'm able to. But I got a job as a web developer. Oh, nice, nice. You're on a good path there. Good, good. A really good path. Where is the goddamn video? It says that I can't find it now. Oh, here we are. Yeah. Yeah, I just quit my job in the gaming industry like maybe 3 months ago. I worked as a concept artist in one studio. Actually, I happened upon your channel when I was looking for inspiration for an art when making a platformer game on my second. Oh, really? You're talking about the other videos on my channel, no? Oh, no, yeah, I just connected everything you just said. So that was some other type. Yeah. Huh? See? The things are as they meant to be. With pixel art, nice. Well, I didn't dabble to pixel art for myself. I didn't really done anything professionally in that direction. I tried a couple of times. I'm a fan of your work. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Pixel art is, I mean, it's great. Pixel art, when it's done by professional, it can be really, really enjoyable. Sorry, for the eye, you know, and for the overall aesthetics. But I prefer this retro-ish 90s cartoon look, you know. That's what I tend to translate into the aesthetic of my assets, you know. You agree? Nice. Also, I'm gonna do like a poll or something to see what I'm gonna stream next. It's gonna be something between Valheim, another Valheim fan art, because I never done any fan art, but when it comes to Valheim, I love that game so much that I plan to do all the armors, you know, all the concept armors from that game in my artistic style, you know. I did like one for the new expansion, the Mistlands, and I'm gonna do troll armor in the next one. So maybe I'll do that, or I'm gonna continue doing some assets for 2D platformer also. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, I worked for 10 months in a studio developing a game. Both sounds nice, yeah, thank you. I was working in a studio we were developing, they are still developing double to AAA MMO video game, but I tried, you know, I was doing world building and concept art, and it was all great, but as soon as the team started to expand like more and more, I just didn't see myself there anymore. So I don't think I'm gonna come back to industry anytime soon, and if I do, I'm gonna go only for like really small teams up to 5 people or something. Yeah, Valheim is indeed a good game. One of my personal favorites in the last 10 years, I think. Everything in that game is done really well, and seeing that just 6 people done that game, it's incredible. It's fascinating, you know. The environment, the lighting, the artistic approach, everything is pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm pretty new to it, but I think I would prioritize small, definitely, because the larger the studio is, the larger the projects are, less of how to say it, the less of intimate relationship building will you have in that project. I don't know how to explain. It's more synthesized, you know, the larger the project is. So, and the crunch time is more how to say, more often, you know, if you're doing in the bigger studios game dev stuff. That's why I'm gonna go only in the smaller teams and freelance, of course, commissions and so. And yeah, and by the way, how the AI works, probably I'm gonna do my own game in like 5 years when the tools are more developed, you know, because now it's not the right time, you know. It will just take too much time for me to do a solo dev. But in like 5 years, I think that technology, AI technology, would be much more sophisticated, so I can actually dabble into that coding part, and I'm gonna use AI for that. But I'm gonna keep my art fully hand drawn, you know. That's like the plan. No, I didn't dabble into it still, because it's too early, if you ask me. I mean, I'm gonna do it just for the sake of, you know, being aware of how it works and everything. But I'm not planning to spend like a lot of time in it in the next year or so. Maybe in 2 to 3 years. And I doubt that Chat GPT will be like the main. He's a pioneer, but you know how industry standards are changing. There are probably going to be more and more tools like that in the upcoming years. Let me just lower just a little bit music for myself. But I'm gonna prioritize art and maybe animation, so for now. And also, the older I am, the less I want to industrialize my art, how to say. I want to keep it personal as much as I can. I want to keep it human as much as I can. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is not good. Change this. It can become very sterile and kind of boring. It's not a personal thing. Yeah, well, even if it becomes like more and more perfect when it comes to like rules of proportion and composition and everything, it lacks that soul part, you know. AI art is for me totally soulless, because my philosophy is if you don't like get yourself martyred by your own progress, you know, if you don't experience all the ups and downs, your art is not worth it. Therefore, AI art can't have any essential worth in my head, you know. I mean, it's only my opinion. Doubt that the entire world is gonna go toward that direction, where people just like to exploit, you know, everything. So, but I think it's a good thing, you know. It will open up so many portals to something. But anyway, traditional art is gonna take its new place. Not just traditional, but hand-drawn art, even digital art. It's gonna take its own place, you know, in the industry. It's gonna be semi-rustic, how to say that, you know, vintage, but it's gonna have its own unique value in the years to come. But when it comes to industry, yeah, AI art eventually is gonna take all the places. It can become very sterile. No, sorry, I already read that. It's pretty late here in Serbia. It's yeah, almost 1 a.m. But I think that's why I like that everything like this happened, because it again it brings all the questions again of what is art, who is artist, and all the philosophy. Yo, so we actually, yeah, here also we are same time zone. See, it's not that far away. It's gonna open up so many questions for philosophers. This entire, not just only art-wise, everything. You know, when it comes to human activity. So human will definitely lack the experience of some things, and of course there will be enormous growth of new experiences, but with the new culture that will arrive with the advanced AI stuff, yeah. But if you ask me, am I afraid? I'm not afraid. For me as an artist, I'm afraid more for human kind and everything. I'm afraid that it will lead to a complete loss of spiritual part of humans, you know, which is like most important part there is in human. That's what I'm afraid for, you know. Yeah. But it is good because artists are at last thinking about the art itself for the first time, as they should, you know. We were going easy for like 10 years, you know, so. And there is like a portion of artists that is only afraid about, you know, income and everything. But that's not the thing, you know. If that is the reason why you're doing art in the first place, then you are in completely wrong business, if you ask me. Not business, in completely wrong calling. That's better term for it. Yep. Passion, money. Passion, money, lust, robots, hell. The world is gonna shift so much. We can't even predict how the world will look in like only 10 years from now. But little money always helps. Yeah, just enough so you can live normally. But people always tend to have more appetite than that. They want like all the riches, all the stuff, all the material goods, you know, all the cars and I don't know, whatever, cosmetics and houses and pools, whatever. We became like too much material, too much. And the main call for artists is to always remind humankind that there is much more to live for than like material wealth and progress for the sake of progress, you know, that stuff. It's getting too late. I'm just mumbling here, whatever. Ah, thank you. No, I'm not that good in English, so I can't actually express my thought very well, you know. Try to keep up on the keyboard. You're doing a pretty good job there. You can always use ChatGPT. Just joking. But today, my friend wrote me on Discord like, dude, I'm using ChatGPT so much on my work that I feel like like cyborg. You know? First I laughed and then I wanted to cry. Because he also shares the point of view that is similar to mine, you know. Maybe this is good because maybe this entire technological wave will push me further back, you know, to dabble again in the traditional art, you know, like oil paintings and stuff. That would be awesome. I didn't do like oil paintings for I think 20 years or something. Also GitHub Copilot for web programming. Yeah. And it all just started. Imagine like in 10 years, what the fuck? I'm just gonna leave civilization and go live in the forest, definitely. I mean, it's really becoming ridiculous and pointless, how to say. The entire modern society is becoming like a motherload of shit, you know? Let me just check this. Yeah, it's okay. Yes. A little bit here. You just beam advanced algebra into the head. Some matrix thing. Oh, some matrix thing. Oh, did you watch that project? I stumbled on it like 2 or 3 days ago, and it was really creepy. Let me try and yeah, Ectolife, the world's first artificial womb facility, dude. It's like Matrix all over, you know. It's creepy as fuck. I don't know, man. It's here. Let me what? Yeah. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. This is the projection where we are going, you know. This is like, whoa. And it's not even like a conspiracy or anything. It's in the plain sight. The path that we are taking. I don't know, transhumanity or how to call that. I don't even know. Cyborgs, whatever. So the more time is passing, the less the Matrix is viewed as a fantasy movie. You know, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? Yeah. So they especially aim for the people that can't have children, you know. So they are desperate, and of course they will use this technology. You know, it's I don't know, man. It's strange. Stormtroopers, yeah. We're gonna have like, I don't know what's the lore for the Warhammer, but we're gonna have like space marines with 10 hearts and 7 limbs, you know, exoskeleton suit and whatever. The technology is gonna be advanced so much that you're gonna eat your own shit by the time you actually take a shit, and your shit will I don't know, you can make your shit like smell like strawberries or something. In that instance. Dude, this is... We're living in turbulent time. You know, we're witnessing the very shift of humankind. But we really are witnessing that. It's a bit scary, but it's interesting, you know. But it is also good because some of the people will reprioritize their thoughts and rethink their purpose of their life, you know. Because if the purpose is progress for the sake of progress, speed for the sake of speed and everything, then we are going nowhere. Humans are not meant to live this life, you know, like we are living currently. Everything is on X10 speed, you know. What you learn today maybe totally, how to say that, not usable in like 3 years or whatever, you know. Really strange time. But fascinating at the same time, especially in development. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's like a new frame or kitchen. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's gonna happen not in every digital form of work, I think. You know, imagine how much it will change all the aspects of other arts like film, music, but not just that, banking, accountant, services of any type. Like, I don't know, what are people actually gonna do, you know? They will only do non-physical stuff. And my other friend says, no, it's okay, you're gonna have more time for yourself. No, that's the thing. Every time the new technology is implemented, the speed and the workflow and the amount of work that is demanded from one person is increase every time the technology is evolving. So the amount for yourself is gonna be the same, you know, actually. I remember like 15 years ago, it was only okay if you could know how to draw. Today you need to know everything, how to animate, how to make a video out of it, how to promote it on this and that platform, how to do this and that, whatever. They will always find a way for us to work, I think. Yeah. Let me ask you something, Mialia. Who are they? And this music does all the work. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna finish here with the light parts, or I think I can. Just let me do a double checks. This illustration has so much parts in it that I can't follow, you know. It's overcomplicated, and I didn't even do the background yet. So background is gonna be a challenge for itself, because how much the frontal part is enriched with symbols, you know. How long do you intend to stream for? I don't know, 2 to 3 more hours. If I fall asleep, then I'll go to bed. Got any ideas currently for the background? Well, yeah, it's gonna follow the pattern of the image. So this is like the right hemisphere of every human. This is the left hemisphere of every human. Let's just say not of every human, for me, for example. But the background will also follow the pattern of the entire symbolic images here. So we're gonna have organic part of the background on the eastern side and synthetic background on the western side. Not synthetic, more like grounded towards the earth. You know what's behind this? These symbols. It's like the split of the soul, the split of a human, split of every woman, man, child, and whatever. It's pragmatical self is on this left side. This side is bound to the earth, and It is what makes us in our name, humans, Human comes from the word humus, which means earth, creatures of the earth. And this is the western part, yeah. And the eastern part is the part of whom created us, the heavens. So the divine order that created us, and the material that we are created from, So it's like the split of a constant struggle within itself, that one have. Because you can't actually cut like only one hemisphere and live by its principles. You will always struggle with the other, no matter how much you lean towards one of these two sides, But I mean, I use crosses here because my religious background is Eastern Orthodoxy, but you could just switch this crosses with any symbol that goes with other person's faith, This is just personal, that's why I did like this. Yeah, it is duality. It is pattern that we can't escape, And the snakes also, the snakes also symbolize, like in bunch of old religions and newer religions, it symbolizes life and death and shedding of a skin, the death of old self, rebirth of the new self. But here we also have like two snakes. One has the cross instead of its eyes. The other one doesn't have the eye, and yet it has one eye, which looks towards the earth, of course. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Also, the number 3 is constant in this work. You have like 3 candles, 3 crosses. You have 3 globes on the end of the tail. Also, we have three candles on this side, but these candles will be extinguished because they lack the divine. Why the candles are extinguished? Not because this side is dead, but because candles are oftenly used, in temples and other rituals in the orders, in the church orders, or even pagan, how to say that, rituals. So the candles will be lit here and extinguished here. I also added a little personal part here. These flowers, I don't know what's the English word for them, but in Serbia we call them perunikas. So perunikas are actually sacred flowers of my ancestors. My last name is Perunovic, so it comes the name of my last name and the name of these flowers comes actually from the word Perun, which is an old Slavic pre-Christian pagan god, which my ancestors worshipped, So that's a little bit personal part. And on the left side we have the unison symbol of the earth, We have it repeating over here also. And on the shoulders of this dude, and on the helmet also. While this guy, of course, has religious symbols on his. This is also, fish is also a symbol of Christianity, because Jesus was actually beloved by the fishermen, So yeah, that's it. You like old mythology? Oh, me too. I eat old mythology. Also, all kind of, Celtic, Nordic, Hellenic, Slavic, Mayan, even Persian, also Indo-European. Piskis, let me see who are Piskis. Just give me a sec. Zodiac signs. Oh yeah. I didn't dabble in that too much, but yeah, it's an ancient, how to say that, ancient astronomy actually, you know. The old temples are built always towards the order of cosmos, so it makes perfect sense that sacred math was, how to say that, developed even back in the old days, like 10 or 15,000 years ago, who knows. And you know what's the most interesting part, that every single mythology has its own version of end of the world, you know. Not that I'm not into it. It doesn't matter if you're into it or not into it. Personally, I'm not into it, but the cosmological order has its own power over us all. So, yeah. What's the Slavic one? I don't know the very name of it. Just let me Google it. It already happened in Slavic mythology, I think. It's, you also have a creation myth. No, I can't find it here. You have it in, for example, you have it in Sumer, you know, the Sumerians. They also had like the the big flood that ended the old world, you know. Don't want to destroy. No, I'm actually not only drawing, I'm enjoying, you know. Having a good time. That's what's important. And I'm not in a hurry to finish anything. Just enjoying the process. Hanging around with good people. Nope. Let me see. Be back in 5 minutes. Looking forward to see what's next in your creation. It's very nice. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'll be here. Do your thing, do your thing. Okay. Let's merge these two layers, and okay, now let's darken everything here.
And let me just change the sensitivity on my tablet, on my pen, just for a second. Come on, come on. There you are. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. It's on completely wrong side. Yeah, now it's good. So now we are adding just a little bit of soft shading here and there, just in order to make everything have more depth, you know. We are not doing this with big precision at this moment, because we are just creating the illusion of depth. We're not doing the academic treatment of shadow, because this is symbolic work. This is not a realistic painting or anything. I want to keep it stylized as much as I can, but add just a little bit depth to it, you know.
Been working a bit with Photoshop also, but I use the burn and dodge tool, but it makes so much more sense to use brightness layer. Don't know why I haven't thought of that.
Yeah, you can just use and merge after that, yeah. So the other non-painted parts will disappear. Well, I find it like efficiently better, you know. But later on you can also use contrast and saturation and everything. For the first hand we use this, and we'll see the entire process. Anyway. We're just creating like more of a illusion of depth. We are not doing like a realistic shadow or anything. Because we already have stylized shadow here with the calligraphic lines, how to say that.
Highlighted shadows are always amazing
for me to watch. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. But as you can see, I am doing it really fast. I don't want to spend time on this because this should only like create an illusion, not to do any polished part, you know, just make it like 60% opacity and merge. Yeah, looks good. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing, but with the increased brightness. We'll use it for like some of the parts. Here, here, a little bit of here, here also, a little bit of here. Let's add it to the process a little bit. This part of the snake, this part of the snake. We can also use it here a little bit, but we can decrease this inside part. No, I will not use it here. Let's see, a little bit of here. On this shoulder also, on this part of the cloak. A little bit of here, just this. Here also. And now we will increase it and add it like a little bit here and here. Okay, and we will reduce the opacity again, like 65-ish, and merge again. Okay. We save as another file. Okay. Then we will duplicate the layer, and we're gonna play around with the filters a little bit. God damn it. And then we will reduce the opacity on like only 17 or even 20. It's enough. Just to add a little bit of volume there. Okay, we're gonna repeat the same process again, but we're gonna do that for the darker parts. So just give me a sec to see if I can find some good let's see. No. Nope. Definitely not. Nope. Not gonna do that. Let's reduce brightness again and repeat the process. So add a little bit here, a little bit there. Again, reduce the opacity on like 25. Merge it. Okay. Okay, so now we will reduce the saturation to 0, and we're gonna delete this black and white parts where like the most important parts of the images are. Got this heart over here. Got the top part of these guys. We have candles. This, also this part. And then we will reduce the opacity to like 22. It will make it more pale. And I do merge. So now we are playing around. I created like a new file, and I just want to play around, experiment a little bit with this, you know. Okay. Now we're gonna duplicate. Let me try something. First, we're gonna add like orange color to the entire part, and then we're gonna take like bluish parts. No. Yes. And we're gonna do. We're just experimenting, not going anywhere in particular with this, but I just want to try everything. I don't care. I don't think I like this. No, delete. Okay. Let's go for the contrast now. And we're gonna reduce the contrast on the distant parts, like this one, this bottom of two guys, for example. Experiment with blending is always fun. Yeah. Whatever you find interesting, you know. We're going to reduce the opacity of this filter, implement it. Yeah. Let's try something else. Why doesn't it work? Oh. Okay. I'm gonna leave it like this just for a sec. And let's experiment with the background. So I don't want the background to be actually illustrative at all, because we have like so much stuff here going around, you know. So let's see. Let us see. First of all, let's use neutral colors. Let's experiment a little bit. What? I managed to... I don't know how I did this. Okay. I managed to move entire window. Well, again. Let's do this full screen. Yep. Yeah, because by accident, I touch, the upper toolbar and move everything, Okay. Okay, let's merge these two, and let's add another brightness filter. But this time, I'm gonna only clean the top part, I think. Damn it! Damn it, boy. Reduce opacity just a little bit. This. Merge it. Now, let me use some other brush. Not this one, definitely not this one. Let's see this one. Also, again, brightness filter. So I'm just fooling around at the moment, finding the texture, the ambient that I like. Add some value. Oh, not here, but here. Use the opacity. Pick new one. Go for more red. Reduce the opacity. Delete the upper part, but not with mouse, but with, again, damn it! The brush is too big, and somehow I managed to, I don't know how, but I managed to. Okay, now we reduce brightness. How about contrast? And how about finding some other values? Just give me a sec. No, I do not want to do this. Maybe this. Yeah, like it. See if I can reduce the opacity just a little bit. This is, I think this is good. For now. Save the process and let's dabble with something else now. Just give me a sec. I'm gonna experiment with other brushes a little bit. Where are you? Where are you? let's reduce the opacity again. So we want to go subtle with this. We don't want it to have so much intensity in the background for now. Yeah, I like this one. Again, playing with some brushes. Reducing the opacity again, making it all subtle, you know. I just want to get that texture, you know. And now we will reduce the opacity, not the opacity, but saturation of the entire background a little bit, like this for now. Let's see how everything goes when we raise the saturation. Yeah, so see, those bottom parts are burning now. Okay. Just checking it. Oh, yeah, thank you. I have a few more plans, but I just need to make that basic background feeling for this. And we need more organic brushes now. Just let me see. Maybe something like this. Check. Reduce the opacity, of course. A little bit more, I think. Like this. It's still pale-ish because I don't want to get hard color still. I tend to go towards the bigger saturation at the end of the illustration. So we're keeping it everything, as you see, like pale-ish at this moment. You'll see why soon. Okay, we go with a simple brush now. For both eraser and we go for the black. And now we are trying to figure out some shapes in the background. Not so much, just a little bit. I think I'm gonna use something else for the eraser. Maybe this. Yeah, definitely. Maybe even for the brush. Let's see. Yeah, why not? It's better. Whoa. Cut this vertically now. Horizontally, sorry.
and reduce the opacity. I like it. Okay, let's play a little bit more, but if I'm not satisfied, I'm gonna delete it. Let's use these 3 brushes or something. Reduce the opacity, of course. We're actually doing so much, you know, layers upon layers upon layers, just to build it interesting texture, nothing else, you know. Just a second. I'm gonna try something. Maybe I'll fail, maybe I will not. We'll see. What I'm trying to do is to build the wallpaper out of this process. Actually, we'll see how it's gonna look by the time I'm finished with it. Ah, I see, yeah. And I don't know how it's gonna look, but I'm just willing to experiment, you know, every time. It's always fun to do that. Yep. And then we're gonna use the... Just let me see if there is any... Whoa. Whoa. Just give me a sec. Oh, holy moly. There is one cross missing in the top. Missing in the... Oh, damn it. Yeah, no worries. We will copy this one. Oh, no, we can't. Just a second. Normal, yeah. Opacity, yeah.
I would care. Good eye you have there. I guess I'm becoming more tired, you know. Let's see, where were we? Whoa, wow. Whoa, look at these white ones. Let's make them almost non-existent. This is on 5. Let's try 2. Oh, I like this. But maybe it's chaotic now, you see? Just give me a sec. I kind of like those, yeah, these blue ones. They're gonna make more sense. And now we're gonna delete a few of them around 3, because we don't want them to collide with the objects that are in front so much. So we're just gonna remove, like you see, like this. We'll just leave them here and there. I find this really cool, so I'm gonna keep it, but I'm gonna save it as a different file. Okay, just in case. Okay, now let's see. No. What the fuck? Again, come on, man. I need to be very careful, man. This is so stupid. I can't lock this window. Maybe I can. Right click, lock, no. Damn it, Adobe. Damn you. I'm starting to feel a bit retarded with this glitch every time, you know. You actually can't kill. Yeah, on these corners at the end of the windows, yes, definitely. Okay. Maybe I'm gonna use the airbrush for the eraser now. No, definitely.
So now I want to create this strange energy that is actually ripping this tree apart, but it's gonna be a little longer process, you know, until I am satisfied with it. Oh, dude, I'm starting to get really angry with this shit. Oh my I think I'm just gonna go with normal, but I'm gonna reduce the opacity. Oh, so we need like one more line here and here. Okay, let's go to airbrush now. Let's try with the yellow one. I know it sounds weird, but I just want to try something. Okay, sad. Not that smart, not that smart. Okay, let's lock the entire and make other color more bluish towards the center, like this. Let's see now. I need to lower this opacity more, I think. Yep.
Yep. So now I'm just experimenting. Not sure if this is the right solution to prevent moving stuff around. I'll just read something about. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that now in this late hours. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna do it. It's more of me not being able to control my hand at this point right now. Although it's hurt even today, so I'm like, no, this is too much. Okay, let's see something. Okay, I need something like particles, and I think I have like a good brush for that. Just let me find it. It's this one, I think. Let's see. Yep, it is. Let's not overflow it. Soft light. Soft light. Where is the goddamn soft light here? Soft light. And maybe I'm just gonna use normal here, but with the reduced opacity. Window, workspace, lock, workspace. Okay, let's see. Window, workspace, workspace, workspace. No, I don't have a lock here. This is an old Adobe Photoshop delete workspace. No, I don't have a lock workspace. I'll try later on to open it in a new. I also have a newer Photoshop, so maybe that's the good way to go. No, forget it. Okay, I'll be back in 2 to 3 minutes. Be right back. I just need to go to the toilet. I am. Okay. Let's try to reduce the opacity a little bit. And here also, no. 79, what's this? Why are these so normal? Let's like put them on screen and then reduce them. It's good. So this one maybe even more. Okay, for now. Let's see what was the effect. Not sure. Decisions. You know. We'll see. Okay, let's put all this files inside background folder. I don't know. Something is off a little bit. Just can't figure out what. Maybe this. I'm gonna leave it like this for now. Later on, I'm gonna come back to it in the final phase. This is more than enough for now. Okay, so let's do these candles. Where's that cool brush? Nice. Hmm. I don't want this totally red. Just give me a sec. It's better. Last one was not subtle at all, so I'm gonna need to reduce it a little bit. Yeah, okay. It's a new one. Ah, yeah. There's gonna be overlight also, so no point in doing that. because this is the eastern side. We want that sunrise coming from that side, you know. We're starting with mega rough lines, then we're gonna make them more subtle with this brush. One. Same process, but the focus is smaller here with the yellow one. It looks strange now, but it will look cool by the time we finish it, I think. Let's go again. Now we're just playing around, trying to find that, how to say, ambient, you know. Whoa, not that. Oh. Okay, reflections. More yellow. Yes. like a boring process, but it needs, you know, a little bit of reflection from these candles. Nice. This yellow is strong here to reduce it a little bit. Yeah. Like leave only the closest one strong. I gotta say, I think your style is amazing, and it's been fun watching your progression. This piece and see your technique. Gotta go work tomorrow. Join your Discord. So see you around. Good night. Thank you, Nialia, for watching and participating. You know, means a lot, man. Means a lot. Thank you, and see you around. And have a good rest, and you know. Good day tomorrow. See you.
Extended down to cover the forehead, nose, upper lip, and cheeks, making it difficult to distinguish between individual members of the species. Looking at Turians always reminded Anderson of the evolutionary link between dinosaurs and birds. He met their gaze for a second, then quickly looked away, doing his best to ignore them. He was in a foul mood tonight, but wasn't about to try and revive the First Contact War. Instead, he turned his attention to the Asari dancer on the stage in the center of the bar. Of all the species in Council space, the Asari were the most widespread, and the ones who most closely resembled humans. Human women, anyway. Tall and slender, with well-proportioned figures. The Asari were an asexual species. The concept of gender didn't really apply. But to Anderson's eye, they were clearly female. Even their facial features were human, although they had an angelic, almost ethereal quality to them. Their complexion was tinged with a blue or greenish hue, but pigment modification was a simple enough procedure that it was possible to see humans of similar skin color, too. Only the backs of their heads betrayed their alien origins. Instead of hair, they had wavy folds of sculpted skin. Not entirely unattractive, but a disconcertingly alien feature on a species that was otherwise so human in appearance. The Asari were something of a paradox for Anderson. On the one hand, they were an aesthetically captivating species. They seemed to embrace this aspect of themselves, and often took to the openly alluring or sensually provocative professions. Asari frequently performed as dancers, or served as consorts for hire. On the other hand, they were the most respected, admired, and powerful species in the galaxy. Renowned for their wisdom and foresight, the Asari, by all accepted accounts, were the first species after the Prothean extinction to achieve interstellar flight. They were also the first to discover the Citadel, and they were a founding member species of the Council. The Asari controlled more territory and wielded more influence than any other race. Anderson knew all these facts, yet he often found it difficult to reconcile their dominant role in galactic politics with the enthralling performance of an Asari on the stage. He knew the failure was his, the product of his human biases and ill-conceived expectations. It was stupid to judge an entire species on the basis of an individual. But it went deeper than an impression formed by watching a few dancers. The Asari looked female, so they were victims of stereotypical human anti-matriarchal tendencies. At least he was aware of his prejudice, and he did his best to fight against it. Unfortunately, he knew there were plenty of other humans who felt the same way and were more than willing to give in to their biases. Just further proof that they still had a lot to learn about the rest of the galaxy. As he continued to watch the dancer performing on stage, Anderson found the subtle differences in their physiology easy to ignore. He'd heard plenty of graphic tales of interspecies sexual relations. He'd even seen a few vids. He prided himself on keeping an open mind, but that kind of thing normally repulsed him. With the Asari, however, he could understand the attraction, and from everything he'd heard, they were highly skilled lovers as well. But that wasn't why he was here, either. He turned away from the stage just as the Volus bartender waddled up to serve him. The Volus home world had a gravity nearly 1.5 times that of Earth, and because of this, the Volus were shorter than humans, their bodies so thick and heavy they almost appeared to be spherical. While the Turians evoked hawks or falcons, the Volus reminded Anderson of the manatees he had seen at the marine preserve during his last visit to Earth, slow, lumbering, and almost comical. The atmosphere on the Citadel was thinner than they were used to, so they tended to wear rebreather masks, obscuring their faces. But Anderson had been in Cora's den enough times to recognize this particular Volus. "I need a drink, Mauda." "Of course, Lieutenant," the bartender replied, his voice wheezing through the rebreather and the folds of skin at his throat. "What type of beverage do you desire?" "Surprise me. Something new. Make it strong." Mauda pulled a blue bottle from the shelves behind the bar and a glass from beneath the counter. "This is a Lhasa," he explained as he filled the glass with a pale green liquid. "From Thessia." The Asari home world. Anderson nodded, then took a tentative sip. The drink was sharp and cold, but it wasn't exactly unpleasant. The lingering aftertaste was particularly strong and markedly different from the first sip. It was a bitter flavor, with an undertone of tangy sweetness. If he had to use one word to describe it, he would have said, poignant. "Not bad," he said approvingly, taking another sip. "Some call it sorrow's companion," Mauda noted, settling himself and leaning in on the counter across from his customer. "A melancholy drink for a melancholy man." The lieutenant couldn't help but smile at the situation. A Volus bartender spotting depression in his human customer, and feeling enough compassion to ask what was wrong. Further proof of what Anderson truly believed. Despite all the obvious physical and cultural differences, at their core nearly every species shared the same basic needs, wants, and values. "I got some bad news today," he answered, running a finger around the rim of his drink. He didn't know a lot about Volus culture, so he wasn't quite sure how to explain his situation. "Do you know what marriage is?" The bartender nodded. "It is a formalized union between partners, yes? An institutionalized recognition of the mating process. My people have a similar tradition." "Well, I just got divorced. My wife and I are no longer together. My marriage is officially over as of today." "I am sorry for your loss," Mauda wheezed. "But I am also surprised. In all the times you have come in before, you have never mentioned any kind of partner." Therein lay the problem. Cynthia was back on Earth, and Anderson wasn't. It was either here on the Citadel or out patrolling the Verge. He was a soldier first and a husband second. and Cynthia deserved better. He downed the rest of his drink in a single gulp, then slammed the glass back down on the bar. "Hit me again, Mauda." The bartender did as instructed. "Perhaps this situation is only temporary, yes?" he asked as he refilled Anderson's cup. "Maybe in time you will resume this partnership?" Anderson shook his head. "No chance of that. It's over. Time to move on." "Easy to say, not so easy to do," the Volus replied knowingly. Anderson took another drink, but he was back to sipping. It wasn't wise to overdo it on a new drink. Every concoction had its own unique effects. He could already feel an unusual sensation spreading through him. A numbing warmth crawled its way up from his stomach and out along his arms and legs, making his toes tingle and his fingers itch. It wasn't uncomfortable, just unfamiliar. "Just how strong is this stuff?" he asked the bartender. Mauda shrugged. "Depends on how much you drink. I can leave the bottle if you wish to crawl out of here." The Volus's offer sounded like a hell of an idea. Anderson wanted nothing more than to drink until everything went away. The dull, aching pain of the divorce, the gruesome images of the dead bodies at Sidon, the lingering, indefinable stress that always dogged him in those first few days after he came off patrol. But he had a meeting in the morning with the human ambassador to the Citadel, and it wouldn't be professional to show up with a hangover. "Sorry, Mauda, I better go. Early meeting tomorrow." He polished off his drink and stood up, relieved to see the room wasn't spinning around him. "Put it on my account." With one last lingering look at the Asari dancer, he turned and headed toward the door. The two Turians glared at him as he passed their table, and one of them muttered something under his breath. Anderson didn't need to understand the words to know he was being insulted. He hesitated, his fists involuntarily clenching as he felt his temper rise. But only for a second. Showing up at tomorrow's meeting hungover was bad. Having to explain why C-Sec had picked him up for beating the crap out of two Turians who didn't know enough to keep their mouths shut was worse. That was one of the burdens of being an Alliance officer. He was a representative of his species. His actions reflected on humanity as a whole. Even with a mind full of dark thoughts and a belly full of stiff booze, he didn't have the luxury of kicking their asses. Taking a deep breath, he simply walked away, swallowing his pride and ignoring the harsh, mocking laughter coming from behind him, because it was his duty. Always a soldier first. Chapter 8. Anderson was up at 0700. He had a slight headache, the mild after-effects of his late-night visit to Cora's den, but a 3-mile run on the treadmill he kept stashed in the corner of the apartment, and a steaming hot shower purged the last remnants of the Elasa from his system. By the time he changed into his uniform, cleaned and pressed from the night before, he felt like his old self. He'd pushed all thoughts of Cynthia and the divorce into a small compartment in the back of his mind. It was time to move on. There was only one thing that mattered this morning, getting some answers about Sidon. He walked through the streets to the public transport depot. He showed his military ID, then boarded the high-speed elevator used to shuttle people from the lower levels of the wards to the Presidium high above. Anderson always enjoyed visiting the Presidium. Unlike the wards, which were built along the arms extending out from the Citadel, the Presidium occupied the station's central ring, and although it housed all the government offices and the embassies of the various species, it was a sharp contrast to the sprawling metropolis he was leaving behind. The Presidium had been designed to evoke a vast parkland ecosystem. A large freshwater lake dominated the center of the level, rolling fields of verdant grass that ran the length of its banks. Fabricated breezes, gentle as spring zephyrs, caused ripples on the lake and spread the scent of the thousands of planted trees and flowers to every corner of the Presidium. Artificial sunlight streamed down from a simulated blue sky filled with white, puffy clouds. The illusion was so perfect that most people, including Anderson, couldn't distinguish it from the real thing. The buildings where the business of government was conducted had been similarly constructed with an eye to natural aesthetics. Set along the gently curving arch that marked the edge of the station's central ring, they blended unobtrusively into the background. Broad, open walkways meandered back and from building to building, echoing the landscape of the carefully manufactured pastoral scene at the Presidium's heart, the perfect combination of form and function. However, as Anderson stepped off the elevator and onto the level, he was reminded that it wasn't the organic beauty that he most appreciated about the Presidium. Access to the Citadel's inner ring was generally restricted to government and military officials or those with legitimate embassy business. As a result, the Presidium was the one place on the Citadel where Anderson didn't feel like he was under constant siege from the rushing, crushing crowds. Not that it was empty, of course. The galactic bureaucracy employed thousands of citizens from every race that maintained an embassy on the Presidium, including humanity. But the numbers here were a far cry from the millions who populated the wards. He reveled in the peaceful tranquility as he strolled along the lakeside, slowly working his way toward his meeting at the human embassy. Far in the distance he could see the Citadel Tower, where the Council met with ambassadors petitioning them on matters of interstellar policy and law. The tower's spire rose in majestic solitude above the rest of the buildings, barely visible at the point where the curve of the central ring created a false horizon. Anderson had never been there himself. If he ever wanted to petition the Council, he'd have to go through the proper channels. Most likely the ambassador would end up doing it on his behalf, and that was just fine by him. He was a soldier, not a diplomat. He passed by one of the keepers, the silent, enigmatic race that maintained and controlled the inner workings of the Citadel. They reminded him of oversized aphids, fat green bodies with too many stick-like arms and legs, always scuttling from one place to another on some task or errand. Little was known about the keepers. They existed nowhere in the galaxy but on the Citadel. They had simply been there waiting when the Asari had discovered the station almost 3,000 years ago. They had reacted to the arrival of the new species as servants might react to a master returning home, scurrying and scrambling to do everything possible to make it easier for the Asari to familiarize themselves with the Citadel and its operations. All efforts to directly communicate with the keepers were met with mute, passive resistance. They seemed to have no purpose to their existence beyond servicing and repairing the Citadel, and there was an ongoing debate as to whether they were truly intelligent. Some theories held that they were in fact organic machines, genetically programmed by the Protheans to care for the Citadel with a single-minded fanaticism. They functioned purely on
Hey,
instinct, the theory
Misha,
claimed, so unaware.
my brother. Yeah, it came out pretty good, I think. I'm almost finished, you know. It has that divine look, you know, that I was chasing for. How was the stream, man? Thank you. Yeah, go to sleep, man. Go to sleep, man. Thank you. Means a lot. Hmm. No. I think this is it actually. I think that's all. Just try to figure something out. Just play around just a little bit. We're done with the illustration. It took us like 8 streams, I think, or something. Oh, we're not done. We need something in this eye. We need like just a little dot here. Nope. How am I gonna do this? Just a sec. Yeah, I'm gonna use brightness and contrast for this. Definitely. I don't know about this. I find it really, really strange. I'm just gonna use something like this. I'm just fooling around. Okay, so I think this is it. I won't add anything else. It's already overpopulated with details and everything, you know. Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. We'll see what we're gonna stream next time when it comes to the art streams. I have a few things in mind. Thank you all for being here and love you all. Bye bye.